no Bud Light because I have grandchildren and you don't want to put that in young kids' heads.
I thought you just didn't want to put it in their bellies.
Okay, what kind of beer are you serving your grandchildren, ma'am?
And now, Cheese Wits.
Chris, I spoke with Jess earlier this week and I almost killed her.
Really? Is that so? Now man,
I did.
See, I just get a text from you and that's it. And you want to kill fucking Jess. That's good. Whatever your name is, Jess.
Of a negligent homicide act.
Criminally negligent homicide.
Absolutely. I called Jess on Tuesday, maybe.
Right.
Just because I was concerned. It was a very warm day. Very, very hot.
It must be a slow news week because it's Tennessee in July. It's all every time I've talked to Wally this week, which has been a lot, by the way, he's been like, "Is it hot?" Yes, Wally, it's Tennessee in July.
Were you making a call to check on the elderly?
I was. I called Jess and I said to her, "Hey, listen, just concerned. Don't want you to be out jogging in this weather." And she began to choke.
I did.
on her beverage.
Because that's not a warning I would need in the pit of January.
Yeah, I realize that now.
Don't go outside jogging.
Jess said jogging. And I have to agree with her. I haven't jogged in years. I sometimes trot, but I do not jog.
No, it was never my thing. I'm just thinking about, you all jogging. I mean, wasting all this energy on fucking running. I mean, who are you running from? Where are you going? Why are you going to get there so goddamn quick?
Seriously, even if I was being chased with a weapon, I'd probably be like, you got me. That's I'm not going anywhere.
Somebody's chasing Jess and she's just going real slow.
I'm just like,
she's the guy catches up to her and Jess turns around and holds up a sign that says snarky. Not,
I thought if I was at Walmart in an active shooter situation and the guy came by me, I'd say, "Listen, guy, I'm not running. Go ahead, do your thing. If you got a couple left, you come back and you're not satisfied, I'm still going to be here. We can talk about it then. But for now, I'm not going anywhere."
Why is it got to be Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart sells guns, so I mean, that's a place.
Why are you cutting out, Chris?
Cutting out? I don't feel like I'm cutting out.
Well, you were for a second there.
That's very odd.
Went into that weird one. The last time I really ran, was about 14 years ago. And I remember this very vividly. My daughter was driving with my grandson in the vehicle, going from one driveway to the next, out on the road. They're a couple hundred feet apart, our two driveways. So she went out one driveway, was going down the other driveway, coming up to go to the guest house. And she comes down, and all of a sudden she just crashes. Her car goes down a little bit over the hill, down the embankment, hits the telephone pole at the base, and she was coasting. So I'm let off down the yard, across the yard, and it's 500 feet or so. So I'm ass and elbows down the hill. I get down there. She's in the car crying.
Of course.
My grandson's in the back seat in his car seat, laughing his ass off. He's about 1.5 years. He thinks it's funny itself. He has tumbled ass over tea kettle in the car seat because she didn't have it buckled in because she was just going from one driveway to the next. He thinks it's the funny damn thing. The thing's tipped over, laying on the floor of the back of her car. He's laughing. She's crying like crazy. That's the last time I ran. I haven't run since.
And Wally gets to the car and says, "God damn it, that was my telephone pole. Why did you do that?"
This is why we can't have nice things.
Funny thing, Chris, you should mention that.
Yeah.
So the cable of the tension cable on the telephone pole breaks, and that is my telephone pole. And I did have to pay to have that cable replaced.
Oh.
There you go.
Because it was in my property.
Wow.
You don't get away with anything. Yeah, you gotta
Jess,
pay
did you happen to hear Wally say that he has a guest house? Did you happen to pick up on his wealth?
I did.
There?
I did.
That's liberal wealth.
Well, it's from all that bullshit you peddle.
The 1% over here.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, we have
Wow.
a guest house. It's a little guest house. That's where my grandkids and my son live, in the guest house.
Wow, how about that?
Well, it started out as a barn, but a small barn. I redid it and put bedrooms and bathrooms, and a bathroom, not singular bathroom.
Wow, I need some work at my place if you want to come down.
I can do all that shit.
A little bit of work done.
I am handy with I'm not so handy with the framing and carpentry, but I'm handy with electrical and plumbing.
Well, it must be nice. I mean, I couldn't even change a door lock the other day. Not even a lock, just a handle. I was trying to get in there, and the whole thing just fell the fuck apart as I'm trying to put it in. I'm like, what in the fuck are you doing, Christopher John? And then you know what I did? I just left it. Just said fuck it. So if you come downstairs, there's a hole in the door. That's it.
Oh, just a hole.
Just a hole in the door. No, that's it. It's just a hole.
Excellent.
But at least you might leave like the little pin there and just put like a vice grip or something on it. Sort of like they used to use on the old TV turning knob. You put a vice grip on it to change channels when the knob broke.
I know we don't like to talk too much about radio, but I tell you, that happened. I was in some radio station to do a what was that thing called? The phaser, the big AM phaser, and one of the knobs came off.
Yeah.
Boom. Had to put in a vice grip.
Oh,
did Norma Eilenberg
we had
own
a
that
phaser
station?
You would think.
I was a station in Virginia, and we had the phaser. We had to down power, and you had to go down to the transmitter shack, and there was the power switcher had broken. You used to have to take a broom handle and smash the power change thing that went from the whatever it was 5,000 watt transmitter to the 500 watt transmitter. Go smack, and you have to hit it twice. Once to get it off of the 5,000, and the next smack to make it lock into the 500.
Oh my god!
Not fantastic.
Hey, as long as it worked.
Well, it did. I don't know that anybody ever got hurt, but it was and that was back when you had to have, because that was also the emergency broadcast center for the building. So if all the power went out, if there was some sort of catastrophe, you went down there because it was all brick building, and you were supposed to broadcast in the event of a tornado or something. I thought, fuck that.
Wow.
If there's a tornado, I'm heading home. I'll be broadcasting shit. I'll be going, hey, listen, tornado, good night.
Yeah.
They don't pay me.
I'm out of here. Take care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's exactly how. Ooh.
What do you mean? You horse shack? Oh, Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter.
Oh. Did you see that the cause of death for Lisa Marie Presley was announced?
No.
I saw, but I didn't click on it because why would I?
Guess what it was? The same thing as Elvis. Shit. It was her ass. She had a compacted bowel because of bariatric surgery. Same sort of thing for Elvis. He was taking a hard shit and gave himself a heart attack. Guess what? Lisa Marie Presley, same situation.
Wow.
Talk about weird.
That is.
Who would think that father and son would die of the same sort of thing?
Father and
An
daughter.
intestinal shit block.
She was a daughter.
Father and daughter.
She
You know something, father and son.
She was a daughter.
What did I say? Did I say father and son?
You said father and son.
Oh, did I?
What is this?
Father
Is this
and
more of your
daughter.
liberal bullshit? Is this going to be father and they? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, there's no worry of me going that far ever.
Right.
Speaking of, by the
there
way, I saw a thing the other day where CNN went to Kid Rock's bar in downtown Nashville, and guess what kind of beer is being served still at Kid Rock's bar?
Bud Light?
Yes.
Is it really Bud Light? Of
Yeah.
course it
And
is.
they interviewed a bunch of people, and there were some people who were like, who cares? That's really stupid. And there was one woman that said, no Bud Light because I have grandchildren and you don't want to put that in young kids' heads.
I thought you just didn't want to put it in their bellies.
Okay, what kind of beer are you serving your grandchildren, ma'am?
That Bud Light that's the kind of information. If you give a child the Bud Light information, they are going to become fucked up in life.
You can't do that to the kids, especially with that Dylan Dick Vaney. You can't do that.
Did you say Dylan Dick Vaney?
I did. I did.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, did any of you see? Y'all mocked me about Gail. All y'all mocked me.
Yep.
Gail.
Still mocking you, by the way.
Yeah, well, generative adversarial imitation learning. Gail is the new AI system. It's called fucking Gail.
What the AI system for what?
The new big news in AI is a system called Gail that can learn on its own by watching others.
Yeah, that's totally what you were talking about, Wally.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying I predicted the future. Shut the fuck up. Gail is a thing. Gail is a
Yeah,
but
you
ought to get a Gail. Chris needs to get a Gail.
I don't know what Chris needs, but
I don't need a Gale. You know what? I need the fucking lottery numbers if you're talking a Gale. Go ahead and get the AI numbers for me and see if we can win the AI lottery. And we have a bunch of fucking AI money. How about that?
This Gale apparently, or basically, I guess, learns by watching and paying attention and listening to people.
Well, watching
what happens if it's an idiot that's doing something?
well,
I'm going to learn how to change oil in a car. And it's an idiot who has no idea how to do it. Now, that's the way Gail's going to know how to do it.
Watch the movie Idiocracy. That's what it is. That's exactly what it'll be. Have you ever seen Idiocracy?
No, I have not. I'm aware of it. Have not seen it.
You got to see Idiocracy. That'll put it all in perspective.
Jess, are you drinking water?
I am.
No ice?
No.
Oh, Lord.
Who the fuck does that?
Yeah, one of my great fears in life is that I will become too old to get my own ice, and I'll be in one of those homes. I'm as serious as a fucking heart attack. I'll be in one of those assisted living places, and they won't have ice bits to chew on, or my kids will be mad at me, and they'll be my overseers changing my diaper, and they won't give me ice when they get mad at me. I cannot fucking have a beverage without ice.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
I'm just thinking, while he's getting his ass fucking sponged by one of his kids after she has wrecked the car into a fucking telephone pole out on the property. And while he's yelling, "That was my telephone pole," and she says, "You get no ice, you fuck."
I know. I'm telling you, I'm going to write it somewhere that I get fucking ice. Yeah, I am very, my dentist has been giving me shit for 25 years about chewing on ice.
Mine too.
You got to stop chewing on ice. That's why you got this broken tooth, and that's why this one broke over here. And la 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 la.
No. Then why do they call it chewy ice?
I've never heard of chewy ice.
I've never heard of
Really?
chewy ice.
No. Okay, I will get a picture of this. You go inside of Royal Farms or Wawa or the other one, Sheetz. One of these places, they actually next to the ice dispenser says chewy ice.
Okay.
Yeah. Seriously.
Is it the kind of ice that's more like a snow cone ice?
It's a little bit more. It's like Sonic ice.
Oh yeah. See, that's the good ice. It's not cubey. It is chewy. It's a very sort of that's the best ice for soft drinks, for soda.
If you pay $200, you can get your own. They have the machines now, the GE Opal or something.
Yeah, that thing's not fucking $200. I priced it at $500.
Yeah, 200, 500. What is it? What's that among liberals? We're okay. It's fine.
What's that for a guy with a guest house? Who cares?
right?
Yeah, that's the best. That ice is the best goddamn ice. The only ice that's better, absolutely better, is sort of not even really ice. It is slush puppy ice.
Absolutely. But you know, there's already sugar in the slush puppy ice.
Really?
That's why I'm saying it's not really because it already says it already has the sugar in it.
Is the word emulsifier?
Probably.
It's already got the emulsifier in it.
Yeah, because the squirt you put in it, the most squirts don't have sugar in them already.
No, just calcium and protein.
Oh, God.
Jess. It was just a matter of time before he came. You open the door and Chris comes.
You're damn right I'm gonna. You're damn right I'm gonna come.
God damn it.
That is the slush puppy ice minus is the fucking bomb of ices. It is the best of all the ices. The worst of all the ices, I think, is that the shit they have at Burger King, like the Coca-Cola Frosty thing or something.
Oh, I love those. Those are actual ices, not Slurpees. I like those. Yeah,
the ices. It's more like it's like puffed rice. It's like the puffed rice.
I haven't had those, since I had that episode 2 months ago, because I had just downed a big Slurpee, and that's when I had the episode. So I've had a couple of Slurpees, but they've been the sugar-free dragon fruit shit that they have at 7-Eleven. But I got to tell you, I would suck a dick for an orange Slurpee and some of Walt's famous shrimp from Red Lobster right now. Okay.
Wow.
I don't even know what is Walt's.
Yeah.
What is that? What is
Walt's famous shrimp? That's the breaded shrimp at Red Lobster.
Has it always been called that?
Is it?
It's always been called Walt's famous shrimp. That's what the fried shrimp is. Then they have the shrimp scampi and then the shrimp Alfredo. Put all three together, and you've got the Seaside Trio for $23.99.
This feels like an endorsement.
Listen.
Are we
Red
sponsored?
Lobster, I love Red Lobster. Their Caesar salads are great. The Cheddar Bay biscuits. That's just worth anything.
Mm-hmm.
And the shrimp. I don't do dessert though at the Red Lobster. We've been doing dessert at the Dairy Queen.
Okay.
Lately.
The Dairy Queen's a good place, but here, the only thing you can buy in Maine that has Red Lobster on it is the biscuits at the Ham.
Really? There's no Red Lobsters up there?
There is not. No, they were run out of Maine a long time ago because they don't serve Maine lobster.
I was going to say, I feel like having Red Lobster in Maine is like having. Have you guys heard of Nashville hot chicken?
Yes, they don't serve it there, do they?
Well, yeah, because it originated here, but they don't serve it here at KFC. It's kind of the same thing. Nobody in Nashville is going to order Nashville hot chicken
like
from
Popeye's
KFC.
Hot chicken?
It's just different.
Is that like Popeye's spicy chicken?
It's just different.
No. It's totally different than Popeye's spicy chicken. Popeye's spicy chicken's for a fucking amateur. Mm-hmm. The KFC Nashville hot chicken, I took a bite of it and I had to drink like half a quart of milk. Okay, because it was so goddamn hot. These fucking people here just pour shit on stuff. They just pour sauces on stuff for sport.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of hot.
It's like if Captain D's
flavor,
started serving crab cakes in Maryland. Like nobody.
Captain D's, they do serve crab cakes in Maryland.
Do they really?
Oh God, yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
That's offensive.
I don't know. It's ridiculous. But and you talk about no Red Lobster in Maine. But yet you walk into a Red Lobster and the big street sign, Bar Harbor, Gouldsboro. It's like, okay, this is not Maine, sir.
Yeah, the reason why is because they wouldn't get their lobster. They weren't serving Maine lobster. They were serving Canadian lobster. I think we talked about this. But that's why there are no Red Lobster.
So when I was at McDonald's up in Maine, I was up at it's McDonald's in, not that you give a fuck, but it was in Ellsworth. And I went through the drive-through, and the drive-through, you could get a lobster roll. Are they using Maine lobster at the McDonald's?
Oh yeah, it's probably locally originated. Okay. Yeah, more than likely.
It's weird that you can get a lobster.
I don't know. I I've never heard of a lobster roll at the McDonald's.
Really?
I
Yeah,
would
went
never
through the
order
drive-thru.
a lobster roll at McDonald's.
Says the woman that ate fucking gas station sushi and wine with me one day. Okay.
I don't think I ate gas station sushi, but I'm all about the gas station wine.
Jesus.
Gas station
Yeah,
wine, they
but-
can't hurt.
No, it's hard to hurt gas station wine.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Is that-
it's just ethanol at a pump
Is-
4. I mean, that's all it is.
Is it in a box gas station wine? How does that
No,
come
it's in
in
a
bag?
4-pack of bottles that are the little bottles.
Yeah, it's a 4-pack of bottles, or it's in a fancy cup that has a like a lid that's melted onto it.
Yeah.
My God.
Because we classy up in here.
What a sad fucking state of affairs
Oh, we
this
were
country is
partiers.
in. We are in bad shape as a fucking country.
Which then leads to, can we as a society stop asking for medical advice for ourselves and our pets on fucking Facebook?
Oh, why not? Isn't that the new doctor?
I saw something that, I mean, I see it all the time. Women who are like, I think this is like a tumor on the side of my neck. Do y'all know what I should do about this? But I saw one the other day where somebody was asking about something that was happening with her dog. And a whole bunch of people were giving medical advice who were not qualified to do so. And finally, a vet tech was like, hi, vet tech here, go to the ER immediately. If you do any of these other things that people are suggesting, it could kill your dog. Like, can we stop asking fucking Facebook for medical advice?
Yeah, I agree with you, but we gotta. I guess I understand why. Because fucking, you bring your dog to the vet and it's $1,000 for it's not really $1,000, but it's a ton of money. For a checkup.
Absolutely. But also, you're asking people who are not qualified to tell you whether it's an emergency or not.
I agree. I 100% agree.
And people are like,
we have a
oh,
shortage
if you
of that
feed your
thing.
dog chocolate, it should throw up and then everything will be fine. Yeah, you'll kill your dog,
Yeah,
but everything will be
dying.
fine. Yeah.
It's because it's dying. There are all kinds of things you shouldn't feed certain animals.
Mm-hmm.
There's tons of, like, I feed my horses. Now we're down to a horse. But, horses, they love they can eat all kinds of shit. People think they only eat grain and grass. Fuck, they love watermelon. They love melon. They love, berries, peaches, all that shit. They will eat all that shit. They love it. My horse loves having fucking watermelon and of course, apples. But it's like grapes? No grapes. Grapes bad for dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Grapes very bad for dogs.
Yep.
Grapes also,
Are
even
they?
if they'll eat them, they don't look bad for
Yeah,
them.
grapes will kill a dog.
Yeah, the skins of grapes are horrible. Yeah. They're terrible because they can't digest it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so listen to our podcast for more animal advice. We get it from the Facebook folks.
I mean, that's how I found out.
Don't get your vet information from Facebook. Get it from Cheese Whiz.
Get it from Cheese Whiz. We know things. Actually,
I'm sorry, guys. I was all over the news this week. Arizona Senator, did you see this guy? Remember I told you I know some folks. I have some friends who refer to black folks as colored.
mm-hmm.
Did you see that Arizona senator?
Mm-mm.
That fucking guy. He's up there talking about, I don't know what he was talking about, but he referred to African Americans as colored people on the floor of the Senate. You don't think people fucking erupted? Oh, it was fucking nuts. Did you see that, Chris?
Yeah. So did Marjorie Taylor Greene get up and applaud or what?
No, I don't think she was in that. She wasn't on that subcommittee.
Okay.
But man, it's unbelievable to me that a guy that a supposed learned human being would even use that terminology, let alone a U.S. congressman. I think he was a congressman. It's unbelievable to me.
Well,
This is great.
in this year of our Lord, 1962.
In 1962, it even went further than that. You got fucking Senator Archie Bunker.
Right?
That's what you had.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah. And could you see that though?
For George Wallace.
Could you see Archie Bunker saying that though? on the floor of the Senate, sitting there, says, "Yeah, and these the colored people here that we're talking. I'm sorry. I forgot. They don't like to be called colored no more." And then just not even correcting it further from there.
No, that show, I'll just say that show with I'm surprised it doesn't get attacked more today, that people can actually look at it and recognize what it was actually doing with those racial undertones, that it wasn't, validating them.
No, it was making fun of them.
Was making fun of them and saying how ignorant it is. And then they'd bring on George Jefferson would come in, and he was as ignorant on the other side. Mm-hmm. And it was the sons and the daughters. It was the younger people. It's so relatable to today. And the older folks are caught in these old things, and it's the younger people who are bringing in a new era, and the older people are looking at them saying, calling them meatheads and whatever they're calling them.
The one episode of the Jeffersons I'll never forget is, you've always got the bigotry on the Archie Bunker side. Yep. And the Jefferson side, he had his bigotry on his side as well. But when him and Mr. Bentley and Mr. Willis wound up in a Klan meeting.
I did not see that episode.
And the episode, the guy up front's like, well, we got to get this building. We got to cleanse this building. And George's like, yeah, we do. A lot of hoodlums around here. Unbelievably funny. I mean, just rip-roaring funny.
Those programs are funny for all kinds of reasons. The writing is fantastic, but how it mocks society is just fucking hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
And it's truisms, and it's the ability to laugh at ourselves is, I think, an ability that has lost some luster in recent years. The ability for people to laugh at themselves and understand what a joke is sort of fucking flown away somewhere.
It is.
Because sometimes funny is funny, man.
I'm not going to disagree.
Instead, we attack people on stage. Oh, well, not us personally.
No, not at all. I mean, look, you could go right down. I'm on Georgia Avenue, Jess. Mm-hmm. And you could go right down Georgia Avenue, right to the Capitol building. And there's a guy from Arizona who will say, hey, listen, I got a good colored joke for you. And so you can get it anywhere.
Yep.
You can get that in Maine. Mm-hmm. You absolutely can. You get some of that. And it's not somebody who's under the age of 30 who's saying that, for the most part. Although there are people who do say that in that range.
Sure.
But it becomes less and less and less. As we progress, it becomes less and less and less. Fewer and fewer people do those things.
Mm-hmm.
And the ability
Did you see Caddyshack?
Oh, come on.
Caddyshack. Yeah. Okay, so in the locker room, Ted Knight is there talking to Dr. Beeper and says, did you hear the one about the colored guy and blah, 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 blah? And the black guy that's taking care of Ted Knight's shoes goes, colored? Well, and he just wrecks his shoes in the machine. That's back there. And it was the funniest fucking thing.
That shit's all. It's funny just because it brings to light and shows you.
It's making fun and showing what an asshole that person is.
Right.
Okay. And some people are like, oh, you couldn't do that today. No, you couldn't do that today because people have got their assholes in a knot. Oh my Lord, you're touching a line. Make fun of it. It's funny if you make fun of how stupid people are.
Yeah, but the problem is that, I mean, if you spend any amount of time on social media at all, you always see those people fucking explaining the joke for no reason. Like, it's clear what the joke is. Everybody's already laughing. And then that one person comes along, or 10 people come along, and they're like, oh, ha, 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 that's funny because, like, we know. We know why it's funny.
Look, I'm not racist, but
listen, I'm not a Republican, but I've got Republican friends.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Mm-hmm. That's no. What was what it shows is the ignorance of people. It's mocking that even some people are fucking, they're good human beings, but they have an ignorant side, right?
Right.
Mhm.
They're caught somewhere. They're not meaning harm by it. Like when some racists or sexists or homophobes, they say shit with anger in their heart
Mm-hmm.
and anger in their mind. And other people say shit because they're just sort of unaware and oblivious to the hurtfulness of what they're saying. They're not meaning to be horrible and hurtful. It just happens to be that they're being hurtful and horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's whether it's ageism or weight or body image or any of that shit. People don't realize that it hurts somebody else. And sometimes the people who are getting hurt, I think, don't realize that they don't mean to hurt you. Say something and then just move on.
I was going to say, I think that's true that you don't always realize that people don't mean to hurt you, but also I think the impact outweighs the intent a lot of times. And so,
yeah, you're right.
So you have to figure out, if you are the person who said the hurtful thing, are you willing to learn from that and not do it again? Or are you gonna, dig in and be like, no, you have to be nice about it because I didn't mean anything by it. You just got to learn.
Yeah, I think sometimes I have a tendency to get a little defensive sometimes about my positions, but I always end up learning.
Down in Alabama, that's what always preceded a racist joke was, now I don't mean to offend nobody.
Mm-hmm.
That was always, I don't mean to offend nobody. Or what was the other thing? This woman that was running our radio station down in Fort Payne, Alabama, she would get ready to tell a joke and she'd start it. And then she'd be like, God forgive me, I don't want to speak ill of nobody. And then she'd finish the joke.
Yeah, there's a lot of that God shit. You know what? Please don't. When bad shit happens, the folks who say, I'm going to pray for you. Fuck that. Give me some money and rebuild my house. Don't fucking pray for me. Because I know I know Jesus was a carpenter, but I didn't see that motherfucker coming down here to put a nail anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, that to me, okay, I'm sorry. It means shit to me to hear that. It means nothing to me.
The fact that you just said "I'm sorry" before that is exactly the same as saying
that is correct.
No offense, but
no, I don't mean offense. I'm sorry that way.
I don't mean to speak ill of nobody, but listen,
I'm not a racist.
I tell you, all this Jesus Christ shit. I don't mean to speak ill of nobody, but I don't want to talk about that.
What I mean is, I'm sort of not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you think that does something for me. Mm-hmm. It does nothing for me. I'm sorry for you, not for me. I don't give a shit.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
Sorry
I'm sorry you're wrong. I'm just sorry you're wrong.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, no, I have friends who believe that, prayers and shares and all that.
And thoughts shit.
Yeah, no, I'm seriously, it doesn't rebuild a house. It doesn't do anything. Mm-mm. Now, there are kind people.
You better not break the email chain, Wally, or bad things are going to fucking happen.
Fuck, okay? I had one today. I saw one today that was on my thing about, I want to see how many people are going to give me a hug. Give me a hug by sharing. Fuck you.
Yeah. I want to see how many people are going to suck my dick. You want to go to town? Come on.
Right.
Come on.
Share with everybody who you share this with has to suck my dick. Here's my address, and here's where I'll be on Tuesday at 4:00. I'll see you there for the dick sucking.
And while you're there, I'm going to tell you an offensive joke. So while I'm inside of your mouth, I'm going to say, I don't mean to speak ill.
I don't mean to speak ill, but you're doing a horrible job.
You're doing a horrible job. Get that colored girl over here. She do bad. That's no. You can't
strike that. But I'd like to strike that from the record.
Yes. We'd like to delete, edit.
Now, how about a different kind of intent versus literal impact?
Right.
There's been a thing happening lately. I mean, I think it's always happened, but it's increasingly become a problem lately where people are at concerts and they're throwing shit at the artist performing.
Yeah.
That's like a new thing, isn't it? I mean, you used to throw like panties and bras up on stage when Tom Jones was up.
If you're a fucking Tom Jones or Engelbert Humperdinck.
I don't know if it's a new thing, but I know that it's more and more common to be, publicized right now, because like a few weeks ago, Kelsey Ballerini got hit in the face, in the eye, with a bracelet that some fan threw at her. And so then I'm reading about that, and then I see like a couple weeks before that, Pink was signing autographs, and somebody threw a Tupperware container up on the stage with their mother's ashes in it. And then last week, Morgan Wallen, it was like the end of the show, and he was signing autographs at the edge of the stage, and somebody who wasn't close enough to get up to him threw her sparkly cowboy boot up there, and it hit him in the chest. So he got pissed off, picked up the boot, looked in her direction, and then threw it as hard as he could in the other direction.
Wow.
Yeah, but who got hit? Somebody else got hit in the eye with a cell phone. Who was that?
Was that Adele? Maybe.
I don't remember. No, I don't think it was Adele, but somebody was hit in the eye with a cell phone. Like, I know. A month ago. Like,
Adele addressed it recently and was like, "None of us want you to throw your stuff up on the stage." Like, I don't know what's going on in people's heads when they're like, "I really, really need to throw this bracelet to Kelsey Ballerini. She's not keeping it."
But who's throwing Tupperware? Hey, listen. I made some dip. I'd like you to try it. It's in the Tupperware.
I'd like you to try it.
It was human remains. It was human. It was a dead person.
I'm having a party. Here's a Scentsy candle.
Man, I take these ashes of my mother. I'm already dead inside. Go ahead and take them.
Mix them with some milk. You'll like it.
And me making that voice when I say something offensive, going, "Oh my," that is straight out of the Howard Stern movie saying, you got to do it like Mr. Imus. You got to say something offensive through a character. That's what you got to do. It's okay if you do that.
I've stolen that from you, by the way, a little bit.
Have you? I can tell.
I use it a little bit. Yeah, I use it a little bit. Has anybody seen the new who's the small comedian, the most popular comedian on the face of the planet? Kevin Hart. Have you seen his new?
I thought you were talking about like a little person.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about that Williams.
Webster?
Brad Williams, the midget comedian. No, wait, can you say midget anymore? I'm sorry. Is midget?
I don't know. I didn't want to say Webster. So,
oh my God!
No. Why would you say Webster? Is Webster's dead? Isn't he?
Yes.
Emmanuel Lewis is dead.
What about? I thought Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman is dead. I think the only one that's left is Todd Bridges.
Which can we think about that for a second?
Yeah, but he's no shit. All the little fun guys: Hervé Villachez, Mini Me, Webster,
Hervé Villachez.
But what were you going to say about little Kevin Hart?
Yeah, let's talk about little Kevin Hart.
Little Kevin Hart. His new, I think it's Netflix special. It's fucking perfect. He comes on stage with a baseball bat.
Judas Priest. And
he says, "Go ahead. Any motherfucker wants to come up here on stage today? I'm taking you out." The fucking sad part about it, as funny as that is, it's fucking real.
Yeah.
It's true. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's fucking real. What makes people think that you paid for a ticket now you can get the fuck on stage and do something?
Right. Why do people lose their minds around famous people? That doesn't make any sense.
Nobody has ever lost their mind around me. So it's not always true.
Me either.
It's not always true.
No one's ever they've lost their mind on me and told me to shut the fuck up. But
same.
Never in gratitude. Never in I gotta meet that guy. No, more like, I'd like to fucking punch that motherfucker. I'd like to stab him. I'd like to fucking shank him right in the chest. Yeah, but
that's just me.
It is funny.
I'd like to shank him in the chest. I don't know what the fuck his problem is. I'm going to kill him. Cheese wits. There it is. There's the show promo for the week. Done it again.
It's done it again. Yeah. for the few minutes that we can hear you.
You're a funny
shit.
motherfucker.
It's great,
Good
isn't it?
shit.
It's great. That's why I'm sitting in my parents' fucking driveway.
We
That's
appreciate your
fantastic.
sacrifice.
You know
Yes.
why I'm here?
Why?
I'm here because. No, I'm just kidding. I'm here because they're on vacation, and God
you having a
forbid.
party?
No. These fuckers refuse to stop the mail or the newspaper. Well, Christopher, you can just go to the house every 2 days and check on everything if you don't mind. Make sure that everything's okay and the commodes are flushing and that there's no problem with the air conditioning. And meanwhile, I walk in there. There's a smorgasbord of candy bars and nuts on the goddamn dining room table, like they're setting up for a Shriners convention. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And the amount of
is there a coffin there, Chris? Are they planning something? Did they ask you to sign a life insurance policy, then leave the candy bar and
Why
say,
are you
"Watch
10
the
feet
house"?
away from your microphone, Wally?
Oh, sorry. So that was relaxing.
No, there's no coffin in there yet. I preface with yet. You should see this fucking house. Good. I'll take pictures one day and send it to y'all. You just good fucking God. When they die, I will have to quit my job because it'll be a 2-year process to get rid of all this shit.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the amount of mail that they get, the amount of mailing lists these fuckers are on, and I've never seen in the mail that I just took inside, never seen anything like this. There's a bill from Comcast. Okay. Then there's a note from Comcast. Please join us as a new customer. And another note from Comcast saying 20% off for new customers. I'm like, what? How many fucking lists are they on? Because one says my dad's full name, one says first and last, and one says J. Roth. And it's like, good fucking God, people.
One is his witness protection name.
Yes, Marty Schleimestein. That's correct.
I got a call the other day from somebody asking if I wanted a cash offer on the house I just sold.
Again?
Yeah.
Again.
No,
Another
the house
one.
I just sold. The
Oh, when
last
you
time
sold.
it was a cash offer on my brother's house in Arizona.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
This one was
You're
on the
on the
house
list.
I just sold. So I got to say once again, how stupid are you? Which is
Yeah,
like
you're
my
on a
favorite
list.
Did they
thing.
hang up again?
Yeah, they did.
You're on a list. So
And they didn't even
how,
tell me how stupid they were.
You know how I often
they did.
how often I make reference that my wife is my wife
Beautifully
is sort of
breasted.
she's sort of a Gladys Kravitz.
Oh, I
type.
thought you were talking about her boobs again, like you were last week.
No. I mean,
Okay.
she's got very large mams.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
So
But yes, you mentioned that she's Abner as well.
well, she is. She's very Gladys Kravitzy. So I walked into the office the other day, and I noticed a couple of police cruisers across from her office. Now, you cannot see where they were on the road from her desk or the other person she was working with desk. The third girl was on vacation. Somehow, they were both aware that the police were over there and were looking out the window at them. So I said, all right, you Mrs. Kravitz, said, sit down. And I left. My wife called me shortly thereafter, I don't know, half hour later, saying, they found a body. There was a dead body off on the side of the road, just and this is a main thorough. This is right across from the Buffalo Wild Wings at the Rotary. So probably heat exhaustion or something. That's the guess. And I said to my wife, did you get video? Of course I did. Actually, her coworker got video. I said, did you get video? Of course we got video. Yeah, like my wife is, because my daughter and I often talk about, my wife is in touch with she's got her finger on the pulse of all the bad shit that's going on. She knows what's happening. You can say almost anything about any police matter. My wife knows. I don't know how. Well, I found out this. I'm not sure. My daughter thinks my wife has a scanner on her cell phone.
I was just going to ask if she had a scanner.
Oh my God.
I think my wife has a scanner on her cell phones and on her cell phone and listens for fucking activity.
She should be a journalist.
Oh, they don't use any of that shit. Journalists just write. They don't do any news.
Which would make her a good journalist.
It would, because she had facts,
Mhm.
but no one would believe her because it would be fact.
Yeah.
No, we don't believe that. That's fucking real. It can't be. It's factual.
That
That's
makes
not
too
true.
much
Make
sense.
it up. Make that shit up, bitch. Then we'll believe you. Yeah, I think my wife has a scanner on her cell phone. I didn't know that was a thing.
Did you ask
Well,
her?
it's not really a scanner. It is a live stream to a frequency that you're tuned into, that app happens to be tuned into.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up. You can do that, huh?
When
I've
I was
done
doing
it.
traffic reporting, we used to do that because we had no signal outside of the building at WTOP. There was just no signal. So everything came in across different computers with these stream programs.
A few years ago at my old house, I just happened to walk into the living room in time to see there was a cop parked on the side street that was directly across from my house. And I watched him get out of his cop car, walk around to the trunk, open it up, put on a bulletproof vest. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So
and
I
took on the one-armed lady.
Yeah. So I call the non-emergency number because then I see him take his shotgun out. And so I call the non-emergency number and I'm like, here's what I'm witnessing. Can you just tell me is there something that I need to be worried about? Like, do I need to get the guns out? And the cop says, well, I am not able to tell you any specifics, but you should do whatever you need to do to protect yourself.
Fuck.
So that's when I found out about that scanner frequency that you could pull up on a web browser or on your phone so that I could hear what was going on in the neighborhood. There had been a high-speed chase and the guy had driven like into a house at the end of my street, was firing at cops. They were firing back. Then he took off on foot. So they were going through the neighborhood trying to find this guy. And later when it was on the news, it turned out that he had his 3 very small children in the back seat of the car when he was shooting at police and they were shooting back at him. And he was driving like a crazy motherfucker and hit a house. And they found him in a house that actually isn't far from where I am now.
So not for nothing. That's an old Utica saying, right? Not for nothing.
That's an old New York State saying, yeah.
Yeah. So why do the police engage in high-speed chases ever?
To catch
somebody? Why don't they just take the fucking license plate number and go meet somebody at their house later?
Because it could be a stolen car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it could be, but what the fuck? I don't know that they're productive.
Well, they got that guy.
I'm not saying they should do whatever they do, but I'm not sure the high-speed chase is a productive part of law enforcement.
Look, I have so much little joy left in life, and you want to fucking take this from me? You want to take away my fucking Al Cowlings induced fun? You know, that
was very low. That was low speed, though.
But it was still fun to watch.
Well, because the ridiculousness of it. You've got one white Bronco and 78 police vehicles
going at 20 miles an hour.
Which, and also, why did more and more, I know we're like rehashing really old news now, but then also like, why did they feel the need to have that many police cars chasing them?
Right. And then helicopters.
Right.
Motorcycle police, cutting off traffic, shutting down the whole fucking, I don't know what, were they on the 405 maybe? The Santa Monica freeway? It's, what the fuck? Really? Mm-hmm. You know it's Al Cowlings. You know who's in the vehicle. You know they're going to end up stopping somewhere. Mm-hmm. Fuck it. Wait for the dude to stop. You don't need to tie up all those motherfuckers. I guess it's just a trend. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure if it's productive. I also am not sure, and I'm trying not to dog on the police, but I'm not sure that unmarked police cars catching speeders is that productive either. Wouldn't it make more sense just to have a fucking guy in a police car or a girl, woman in a police car, just traveling around, riding around in a marked car?
That's why they've got these cameras around here. You know, it just sits there, takes a picture, you're done.
Yeah, they tried. I think they tried that here. I was in a state where they did try that. I think they were thinking about doing it in Maine, but there was the civil liberties people went fucking nuts about it. Mm-hmm. The civil liberties people now go nuts about shit that is easy to defend, but they don't really do a lot of the real ACLU stuff that they used to do. They don't defend a lot of real heinous language and things. Now they take the easy shit. Anyway, I just think that I saw a motorcycle cop the other day in Maine.
Wow.
in a town with somebody pulled over. I was fucking shocked. I have not seen a motorcycle cop before in Maine.
I didn't think they used motorcycle cops in places where they couldn't work that way through the whole year.
We also have
they've got them here.
cops.
You have what? Bicycle cops?
Yes. We have bicycle cops. Portland has some bicycle cops. And I saw, and there's two different kinds. So this motorcycle cop had the big front with the blue and lights going.
Was it Ponch or John?
It wasn't Ponch. It's Maine.
Wow.
That came quick. Wow.
We don't got none of that type up here.
I'm not trying to be racist, but
I'm not trying to be no. But there's two kinds. They have that or there's another kind of motorcycle cop. I've seen a couple now. One has like a big pole or a pole that sits up about 3 feet off the back of the motorcycle with a blue light on top. It looks like a rouster, one of those things, Scootabout with a light on the back. Someone getting off and shopping.
The fuck is he selling something at 89 cents at Kmart?
I was going to say blue light special. Yep.
Blue light special. That's it.
Too. Except they're out of business.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Mm-hmm.
They're out of. Have you noticed? Do you see my Christmas lights?
Mm-hmm.
I put them on today. I thought it would be nice.
I was going to say, I know you had a Christmas tree behind you every week, but I couldn't remember it being lit before.
No, I lit it today.
That's nice.
I turned it on. I wanted to see it. You know, it's kind of weird as I'm looking at the Christmas. It's kind of weird that they used to put candles on those trees in the old days.
I bet they had a lot of house fires back then.
I'm thinking they did have a lot of house fires. So, Chris, where are your parents?
They're in Ocean City.
Oh, that's not too far away.
3 hours.
That's their vacation?
Yeah, we got a place down there, and it's my sister's birthday, so they all went down there.
Oh, wait a second. You're giving me shit for having a little guest house? Well, we've got a place at Ocean City. We've got a place is a lot more than a little guest house.
Bullshit. You're supposed to have one house per property, per fucking acre, your lot. All of a sudden, I've got the guest house, and then there's the pool house here.
Well, we do have a pool house, but not a pool.
I bet the fuck you do.
I would just like to point out I only own one house. There's no guest house. There's no other house. There's no pool house.
But do you see this? This typical liberal bullshit trying to assault someone with money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Here it is.
I have no assault on anybody.
I see how it is.
It's not like I own anything outright. I'm paying a fat mortgage. Paid the mortgage yesterday. I wince every time I do it. The fucking mortgage is through the roof.
Glad you don't get a new car because those car payments are as much as a mortgage anymore.
No, luckily both of our cars are paid off. We pay those off early. I think
my car's paid off too, but I still haven't gotten my windshield fixed because I don't want to deal with it.
Well, yeah. What are you talking about? Your insurance will cover it, and they'll come to your fucking house and do it in your driveway.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace. They'll be there.
I got to.
I don't want my
insurance to raise my rates because I used it.
They're not going to.
Really?
No.
Oh, well then maybe.
No, you say a truck in front of me kicked up a rock, hit me if they see that's what it is, or I got my windshield replaced because of regular use.
Yeah, it's called comprehensive. They're not going to charge you for it.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Because I said, listen, I'm starting to get night glare on because my windshield is very scratched from dirt road driving and stuff and using the wipers, and I need a new windshield because I'm having a more difficult time seeing at night. And they said, fine. And I got a new windshield, and they come right to your fucking house. You don't got to do anything.
Well, I knew you could do the one where they come to your house. I just figured anytime you call the insurance to use it for any reason, they're like, well, we're either going to have to jack up your rates or cancel you.
Nah, not for a windshield.
Okay.
Yeah, windshields are fine. Even hitting a deer, they don't care about.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Act of God shit. But if you ram your car into the back of a Tesla, you're fucked.
Yeah.
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 I generally try not to do that. This is the first time I've ever had a cracked windshield.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've had a couple of those, but no, I get mine every couple of years.
It's traumatizing.
What?
It's traumatizing. I went into a store.
Hello, woke Jessica with her trauma.
My windshield was fine. I go into the store. I come back out. There is a giant crack across my windshield. Traumatizing.
Listen to this liberal shit.
I know that.
Okay. Listen,
That's
you're
woke.
traumatized.
That's woke
Traumatized
shit.
by your windshield. You know, it'd be great if you just called the windshield company, have them come out to your car, get it fixed, and then guess what, Jesse? You'll get a participation ribbon too. How about
Oh,
that?
really?
Would
I
that be
like
nice?
ribbons.
You get a nice little ribbon, maybe a trophat. and hey, check this out. My wife can marry people.
Really?
Yes, she got a certificate in the mail from the Department of the Secretary of State. She is able to marry people for the next 3 years. Anybody want to get married in Maine?
No.
I
What?
actually have my certificate from the that's where this is a real thing, the Universal Life Church.
I've
that
heard
You're
I
a
that.
pastor?
perform. I am technically. Anybody that signs up can be.
Now, why did Jody get registered to do that? Was there somebody who wanted her to marry them?
No. She has she's a notary.
Mm-hmm.
She's a notary public, and part of that was also the part of the testing was, also get this thing. So she just did the whole thing because the
Oh.
company pays for it.
Well, that's cool.
So she goes, I'm not going to marry anybody. I said, fuck that. You are too. We'll make money off that shit. I don't think there's any money on marrying people unless you're, marrying underage Southerners.
Well, aren't you supposed to, like, if you get married in a church, aren't you supposed to, like, leave the minister a little something? Isn't that a thing?
I don't know.
They charge you X amount of dollars.
Well, see, I was never charged for either one of my weddings, at the church, but we left the minister like $50, $100, something like that.
I didn't get married
No,
in a
we,
church, so I don't know.
I got married in an Episcopal church, and the minister gave us money. We paid for the ceremony, but I think the ceremony was like $15.
Wow.
And he gave us I think he gave us a $25 or $50 gift. Him and his
Very
wife.
good.
Yeah, it was wicked nice.
That's
I had
working
the
the
best
system.
I had the best wedding, just the best because it was fucking small.
Mine too.
We had absolutely no relatives at our wedding, just friends.
I think we had like 30 people.
A big
at our
cookout
wedding.
afterward.
Boy,
yeah. If we had 20 people, I'd be surprised.
that is so. And he got you a gift.
He got me
Wow.
a gift. Yeah.
That's just great. What is it in the Episcopalian Church? I'm Methodist. I don't know. Is it different? Is it Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Cracker Barrel? Is that what it is? Because I just curious.
Can I tell you that we didn't go to that church? My wife, Jody, and I, Jody did daycare on Sundays at the church because back then we were working to fucking get by. So I think she got $15 or $10 or something during church service, during the 45-minute church service, to look after the kids while the church service was going on.
Wow.
Wait, what's the date today?
So we didn't actually go to church. We weren't religious at all.
If I were
What's
still
the what?
married, my anniversary would have been 3 days ago. I just remembered
Happy
that.
anniversary, Jack.
God,
Thanks.
if
I'm
I
going to
was still
celebrate
married-
today because I forgot to celebrate the other day. But I'm celebrating now that I'm not married to him anymore.
Gonna get you some gas station wine, are you, girl?
Yeah.
Marriage number two would have been 13 years this year. Marriage number one would have been 25, if you can believe that.
Wow.
Yeah, why not? I've got the 30 plus, 33, 34 years. I think, it's 34 maybe.
This,
Oh, my
this
Lord.
would have been 10 years. Yeah.
We've talked about it before. Radio people have a hard time staying married.
Yeah, but
No, they absolutely do.
my divorce was not because of radio.
Oh, no, but your marriage was.
Yeah, exactly.
Your marriage was because of radio. Let's not forget about that.
Absolutely it was.
So, good God.
What were you
I
saying,
almost said
Chris?
a terrible joke, but I can't. I can't. You would laugh, Jess, but we'd have to edit it out of the show, so I'm not even going to say it.
And you've already said 2 terrible jokes, I think.
Yeah.
So we don't want to have a third.
Now I feel like you have to.
Yeah, I do
Well,
too.
Jess, that marriage ended in a fury.
A fury.
Wasn't that her last name?
Yep, sure
There,
was.
See, there you go.
It was the furry fury.
Well,
That
oh,
wasn't a bad
God.
joke. That's staying in.
That's staying in good. All right. So
Yeah. I
I
loved the look on Jess's face while she was contemplating, where's the funny?
Right.
Where's the funny? I'm searching.
and then
for the funny.
she got it.
Then I got
Well, then
it.
she needed you to do the Facebook,
she
the
got it.
The
Facebook,
Facebook
explanation.
explain the joke why it's funny.
Right. Here's your Facebook.
You have to. I
explanation,
mean, look,
Listen,
I ain't racist, but
I have learned recently, I don't know if it's an aging thing or what, but apparently I've stopped paying attention to details. And let me give you a couple of examples. One,
okay.
I bought a TV recently and
Okay.
I was on the Best Buy website. They had a big sale going on and I searched for Samsung TVs. And I always forget that there's this thing all online stores do, which is here's what I want. And the first couple of things are that. And then all of the rest of the things are not what I want.
Right.
Correct.
So I didn't realize until the day before they delivered my TV that what I bought was an LG. In fact,
Wow.
I saw the email and it said LG TV. And I was like, I didn't buy an LG. I bought a Samsung. No, I bought an LG. It's fine. It's a fine TV. Nothing bad has happened. Example number 2. A couple weeks ago, a friend of mine sends me a screenshot of an invitation to a thing and asks me if I want to go to it. It says Murder Mystery Train. I'm like, that sounds like it's either going to be ridiculously fun or it's going to be show prep for the podcast. Hell yes, I'm in. Earlier this week, the thing was for yesterday. Earlier this week, she texts me the contents of an email with, updated information, parking, all of this. And I see that it says you are allowed to bring your own lawn chairs. And I'm like, I have to bring a lawn chair to sit on a train? What kind of cheap bullshit is this? And then I noticed that it says the train will return to the station at 10:30 p.m. And I'm like, but it leaves at 3 p.m. and it's going to Watertown, which is 40 miles away. So why is this going to be a 7.5-hour murder mystery train? What the fuck? So then I look into the details and I go back and reread the original thing that she sent me. And what I agreed to go to was a murder mystery train that would take us to the Watertown Jazz Festival. I agreed to sit outside in Tennessee in July for 7 hours.
How was that, Jess?
I didn't go.
Did you suddenly get the croup or something?
No, I thought about it, but she called me a few days ago and she was like, when you were like, I'm going to have to get somebody to stop by and feed the dogs and let them out, I was like, what's going on? And then I didn't realize it was going to be this long. And I was like, listen, if we wanted to cancel, it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all because let's be honest, I'm dreading this. But if you want to go, I agreed to go, I'll go. And so she texted me Friday and was like, let's cancel. And I was like, hell yes, let's go get dinner instead. So we went to dinner last night instead. And after dinner, she goes, just so you know, I asked 3 other people to take your place, but nobody wanted to go. So I went to dinner with you.
That's because they read.
Yeah. I didn't
They
read the
remember
details.
reading is fundamental.
Yeah, I didn't.
I would have gone with you, but I got malaria.
No, I got bit by a mosquito down in Florida.
This West
I
Nile
don't
virus
know.
is kicking my ass.
This is just so awful. I had a fly bite my testicles, and now I have elephantitis.
I got the coronavirus again.
I
Can
got-
you believe it?
Oh my Lord, did I get the China virus for the 5th time now? I'm sorry. I can't go to your Jazz in the Sweat Festival.
I'd show you what's wrong, but I can't lift my foot up high enough with this elephantitis.
Oh Lord, they're so big too, just hanging down there. But the cat has something to play with now, so that's all right.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, you should have let us know, Jess. We could have come up with an excuse for you.
Yeah.
God,
well,
yeah.
Thankfully,
I'm
I just
sorry.
said, I didn't really want to do this. And then I felt bad when she said she wanted to go and she wasn't going to make me go to a thing I obviously didn't want to go to. I was like, oh, now I feel bad.
Well, the first bad part, I don't know why you didn't see the word jazz. How come that didn't pop out of you? As soon as I see the word jazz, I'm out.
Yeah, I didn't notice
see
that word
jazz.
either. I noticed murder mystery train.
It looked like train tracks, them Z's down at the end of the line. I just thought it was a curvy track.
I thought it said Daz Band. I was
Now,
all for that.
The day that she
I
sent me
can go
that
see that.
invitation, she also invited me to a political rally at 8:00 in the morning. I was like, no.
You're not even up at
This
8.
is gonna be such a good day, man. You're gonna have malaria, listen to some John Coltrane, and get some liberal bullshit.
Now, listen, I don't mind jazz. I don't want to hurt the jazz. You know, I don't like that experimental jazz.
Llin, I don't
fucking
want to
like
hurt
a
anybody's
beat.
art, but jazz is not for me. That's it.
Yeah, no, jazz really isn't for me. I mean, I do like some David Sanborn. I will listen to some Yellow Jackets, shit like that. But some of the jazz
The
is
closest
it's
I've
too
ever
fucking
come to
long.
really liking jazz was like Harry Connick Jr. or the Manhattan Transfer, the vocal jazz kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff
Yeah.
I liked, but
George Benson, kind of good.
yeah, but instrumental
I
jazz.
just don't know. I
snooze.
can't do that. It's just there's too many instruments and stuff. And I was looking on that paperwork and I thought it said it was going to be a murder with jizz. So I thought I'd go.
Because I ain't had jizz in a long
Oh,
time.
that's it. I gotta
It's
go.
been such a long time since I've had jizz in a lawn chair. It's been a while.
My anniversary would have been 3 days ago, and it was long before
Good
that
Lord.
since
Well,
I had
let
jizz.
me do my two dad things real quick. Okay, not my two dad things, but the two things that I like to end the show with.
Wait a second. Wait a
old-
second. You got two dads?
No, yes,
What?
yes. I'm just Greg Evigan is one of them. No. You know what? That can be our mysterious celebrity for the day. It was going to be Adrienne Barbeau, but now it's Greg Evigan.
Oh, from Maude?
Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Adrienne Barbeau was great.
There you go. There you go. She's awesome. And can I give you my father's joke?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to Ocean City, right? And they're traveling through Baltimore. And there's a Greyhound station there. Okay. And he sees a sign and it says, you know, son, I looked at the sign and it said Baltimore Terminal. And I tend to believe that. So, there you
And with
go.
that,
That so quick.
and with that, we're out.
No, Jess is too worried about that jizz magic mystery tour I'm going on next time.
The jizz train.
Oh, that's a good that might be a good song right there. I wish we had an accompanying band right now that could play the Jizz Train.
Play us out.
You're right.
Look. Get on board the jizz train. Yeah, the jizz
The Jizz
train.
Train.